Green. Yes, there we go. There we go. Good afternoon, everyone. It is the Studio W Sports page brought to you by J&J. I'm your host, your man, Milton Rod Shotgun. Me as always, Mr. Kevin Harris to my left and to my right, Mr. Romar Smith. Fatu. We don't need to see your face right now. But guys, what's going on, man?
It's good. Everything's good. Can't complain. Good Saturday. It's not raining.
That rain was actually good.
Big game 6 tonight for my Knicks.
What do you say, Kevin?
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear nothing?
Not on my end.
All right, switch your headphones. Can you switch your headphones? I don't think those are hooked.
Yep, those are ones.
We are struggling right here.
Yeah.
No, matter of fact, try those again.
These are the things that happen, ladies and gentlemen, when we are running late.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, I think we got it now.
Good. Kevin, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
Man, leave that microphone on.
Yeah. Oh, you got to adjust this bad boy too.
Again?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody come see you, Moses.
There we go. All right. Technical difficulties, please stand by. No, I'm just kidding. Now it's been all right though, man. We had rain a couple days. But all in all, man, we got like a lot of playoff action to talk about.
And Flint, Michigan water.
Yes. Talk about Flint, Michigan water.
Man, look, there's been some issues going on around here that we might end up going off the rails with this one.
Well, we are very late. Might as well be off the rails with it.
Might as well, because we already started late.
Yeah, and I apologize. It's all on me. It's not on my co-hosts. My co-hosts be having perfect attendance on time when I'm ready, when they're ready. But it was me this time.
Somebody want to go out there and think they Chipper Jones.
Oh, yeah, well, and somebody wants to decide to say, hey, we're going to celebrate graduation by going to the batting cage and ends up getting on the disabled list. So
so huge congratulations to my stepson, Mr. Malachi Tunsil. He's graduated from Appomattox Regional Government School, and he's on his way to Virginia State.
And congratulations to our host for the bum shoulder.
Yes. So I've had a lot of my children all graduating high school. So I would like to. I made a post that said I was announcing my retirement because this would be the last one of mine to graduate and go across the stage. I don't think I'll be attending any high school graduation no more until I'm a grandfather. So I took my time to give myself a little bit of flowers there, but huge congratulations to my stepson, Mr. Malachi Thompson. Good job, son. Good job.
You took some time to get yourself some.
So to celebrate, we went out to an amusement park called Compass Entertainment Complex, where they have go-kart racing, all kinds of video games, zip line and laser tag, all that kind of stuff. And they also have a batting cage, which I like to go to the batting cage every now and then. I haven't done it in a while, so went out there, got a couple of swings in, and got one swing in too many. So I'm dealing with a tweak. I tweaked my knee and my shoulder. Now my knee is all right, ironically, but it's just my shoulder that's I'm struggling with today. Because I know one more good strain on the shoulder and it's in a sling, and we're not doing that.
And we can't afford any injuries, man. You're gonna be on the shelf for about 6 weeks or so. We can't have that. Man.
So it was a struggle for me today, but also I'd like to thank my honored guest, Mr. Mark Daniels, the boxing guru. Mr. Mark Daniels has joined us as well. Mr. Mark, how you doing, sir?
I'm hanging in there, brother. How's everybody?
Oh, we are good. We are back in the studio. We is off the rails already.
I'm loving this game 6 action tonight.
And it's definitely gotten interesting, to say the least.
I am the only one that hasn't written off my Knicks.
Written them off.
Now, what makes it so interesting is the fact that, and we need to acknowledge the fact that before the Eastern Conference Finals started, when the Knicks and Boston played, Romar was the only person out of all the analysts that actually picked the Knicks. Everybody on ESPN got it wrong. Yeah. So in the game who got it wrong, ESPN, all of them got it wrong. Romar was the only person out of the entire panel who got it right.
And Ma.
Yeah.
Hey, Ma.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The game three in Indiana, right? In Memorial Day weekend, we had the cookout at my brother's house, everything. He bring the TV out, everybody in the backyard, all for Indiana. So I'm sitting there, I'm being quiet, I'm watching the game. Game, you know, they fourth quarter, Indiana up 20. My homeboy, my brother, yeah, this game over. They about to go up 3 on y'all. I ain't saying nothing. Sitting there quietly watching New York walk this thing down. So he make a comment. You ain't said nothing all game, but now you want to talk when the game over. Why not? Who won the game? Y'all was trash. I mean, serious, big trash talking. Whole game. Like in my ear, like if I was at the game, it'd be an Indiana Pacer fan screaming in my ear.
Now, see, I can't do that.
And see, that's the type of way that they was trash talking.
I can't be that kind of fan. I can't just be all up in my face, and I'm not the one physically having the outcome on the game.
Indiana ain't even nobody that was there talking trash team. They just want to talk that trash because they know I like the Knicks.
Why you just bring that out of folks?
That's him, man.
Because
that's what separates Romar from everybody else. He doesn't.
I'm always
he doesn't
the
have
one,
to say anything.
I love to be the rabbit with the gun at the end of the night.
Like Romar's the type. He don't have to say a word, nothing, and then everybody can just say what they want to say.
At the end of that game, that man threw everybody out his yard,
including.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Ain't no party like a Romar party. You know what I'm saying? There's
Ain't no
always a
fun.
party after the party.
Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. I mean, literally, everybody in the yard say, "Oh, now you can talk." I have all the reason to talk. Y'all just sit here and watch the same game that I watch.
But see, but the thing about it is nobody breaks it down better than you. That's the key. That's the difference. Because all you got to do is sit there quiet. The best thing is when you observe everything and they can just spout off the whatever trash. And then by the time when it's over and the outcome wasn't what they thought it was going to be, now that's when you're hitting with all the analytics, all the stuff that's going on. So, yeah.
Everybody in there. What the hally? What the hally? Look at this. Look at that. Oh, wow. Ooh, ah. I said, hey, look who in the penalty with 9 minutes left. This game ain't over.
Both these teams do horrible at staying out of foul trouble. Or is it just the refs? Because
It's the refs.
It's a combination.
Because I've seen a lot. The little basketball I did see was a lot of BS calls.
Did you
on
see,
both sides?
Did you see the game when Jalen Brunson picked up 5 invisible fouls in the third quarter?
See, this refereeing is horrible. I mean,
it's always has been terrible.
It's nowhere in the world you go until you come out of halftime with no fouls, and in one quarter you pick up 5.
Nah, son. Nah.
And at the beginning of the fourth, after you scored the first 5 points, somehow you foul out.
So if this doesn't scream rigged, I don't know what else to tell you.
But I'm glad that Reggie Miller said it so everybody can hear it. Because I've been saying, if Karl Anthony Towns put his head down and attack the basket, there's nobody that can stop him in this series for Indiana.
If he played the same game like he did on Thursday,
or Oklahoma City, or Minnesota.
Minnesota,
if he can play with his back to the basket, pretty much.
Oh well, he need to go holler at he need to go down there to Houston after the season.
Back to the basket, we are having an entirely different conversation.
But see, what got me was during the pregame warm-ups, he had a Ant-Man had a little devilish grin on his face, like he had something up his sleeve. So I didn't know what that was about, but apparently, when you see the score of 26-9 at the end of the first quarter, you can basically say it's a wrap. Basically, they just gave up, and the bench didn't do no favors at all. And like, where was the bench? Like, the entire bench was trash. Rudy Gobert, trash. 2 points, really? And you couldn't buy a 3 for. I mean, put it this way: me and Romar can get out there and make a couple threes on our own selves, and we ain't play ball in forever.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
I look. I just went out there, took a couple swings in the batting cage. Now I can't feel my right arm. You talking about you want to throw up a couple of shots?
Yeah.
Well, I can.
I can.
I'm telling you. All right. See how.
I will say this. I already know it's gonna be sore. I already know for the fact the consequence is gonna be. But you know what? I'm not gonna be out there for that long. All you basically
that's gonna be true.
Like you're standing in one spot.
All right.
Now, now, if I was trying to play full court or even half court, that's a whole different conversation. I'm gonna be out of breath within 10 minutes, more than likely.
I'm gonna be out of breath soon as the ball.
Throw that ball out there.
Yeah. But if I try a full court, you can forget it at this point. That's when it said if you tell me to sit down somewhere, I'm gonna tell you where the nearest chair at.
But for real, let's
What's
talk
playing
about
on the sideline.
Let's really talk about it, because another thing that I don't think a lot of people are noticing: Thibodeau going reaching into that bench.
He had no choice.
Took him long enough, right?
It took how many games did it take to finally figure it out?
I like the switch up of the starting lineup and bringing Josh Hart in with the second team as an energy guy with McBride.
Let's just be honest. The only reason why he needs to go to the bench is because he can't score.
He ain't. I mean, but he's a great rebounder. All that.
Yes.
Like he's that energy that you need.
Yes.
For a second team, because they barely have a second five that they can put on the court.
Yes.
And I really like them starting Mitchell Robinson for the simple fact, not only because he can shut down Miles Turner, he's out there because he can get your team into the penalty with 8 minutes left in the quarter, because you want to do the Hacker Mitchell.
Yeah,
you do the Hacker Mitchell two, three times in each quarter, and then other fouls that your other players on Indiana might pick up. End up with New York being in the penalty shooting from the free throw line for the rest of the quarter. It's great method to the madness with that.
Well, but my problem with the Hacker Mitchell is
he actually hit free throws right now.
They're running the offense through Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson is not running the ball through the post. One of the outside the wings is trying to create his own shot.
But still, with the Hacker Mitchell, you know what that does for New York and the players?
Yeah, but they're not doing it.
It gives them enough time to rest.
But they're not doing that. You're right.
Okay, all right. So, Romar, speaking of Jalen Brunson, here's another one they ain't been talking about. So, he has been targeted by Pacers players on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Brunson was all over the place.
I'm sorry. I would target him too. I'm putting them in the post.
But
but he big body, so it ain't that easy.
But like I say, he was definitely.
I'm picking rolling.
He balled out on both ends of the court.
I'm picking rolling with Halliburton because Halliburton can always shoot over. Yes, I would be exploiting that.
You know who,
all day long.
And another person that really need to show up to me, and I've been saying it in every series. When is Mikal Bridges gonna show up? He showed up last game. He showed up big in the fourth quarter. But like, when is he gonna put a complete game together? Because like in this game that we watching that they lost, man was playing 6 feet off of Tyrese Halliburton. That man, how you gonna play 6 feet off him on a pick and roll? By the time you get back to him, he downhill attacking the basket.
That's right. The problem I got that now is too late.
Yeah,
Because let's call it what it is. Indiana is one streak away from going to the finals. All they gotta do, they're going to jack up their threes. They're going to run up and down the court. Once they get on a good run, is it. That's it.
and dude that ain't played well, that dropped 20 in this game, that come off the bench. And he had almost another 20 the other night.
Oh, he did. Benedict Martha. Benedict Martha.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a good. Now, let's call a spade a spade. Andrew Nembhard been trash.
Yeah.
He has been trash. Starting 2 guard, he played 29 minutes the other night, only had 3 points, 3 or 4 points. That's not gonna get. You can't have guys coming off the bench outscoring.
But see, you know what? That's the thing. He been playing like trash because who's been checking him with the new way with the Knicks switching up the starting lineup?
Isn't it?
Bridges starting off the game on Halliburton, which means Jalen Brunson starting off the game on the 2 guard. And the 2, and that's out seeing what Indiana does. They want to match up the same way, so they gonna put Nembhard on Jalen Brunson, which is not good because Jalen Brunson, all he been doing to him is putting him in the post.
But they've been using Neesmith on Brunson. Well, they've been using everybody on Brunson. They tried it, but they've been using Neesmith.
Nembhard is the starting 2 guard.
Yeah, but they've been shadowing him on defense.
Yeah, when they got the bigger guards.
When they got the bigger, they got him playing off.
But he gonna kill Nimrod or Nimhard, whatever his name.
Well,
Neesmith been balling. Nembhard is the one I got a problem with.
Naismith been picking them up full court, and not letting them. That's tiring them out.
Well, speaking of doing that, now the one other strategy the Knicks did very well. Now remember, the Pacers have been like streaking up and down, up and down. If you slow them down, basically what they did, they picked up Halliburton right out the gate. So basically, within the first, from getting to the half court, it took an average of 7 seconds. So and once you made him go side to side, they can't set up the offense. By that point, it's too late. I mean, they cannot get into their set as quick enough because remember, Indiana, when they shoot within the first 12 seconds of the game, but once you basically walk them down, put pressure in the backcourt, they basically put a John Marshall took a page out of John Marshall's playbook.
Man, I'm sitting here. I don't know what the thought that just came across my mind was just crazy.
Which is
with the way the lineups is, OG can double team. Because if I'm call me crazy with Mitchell Robinson checking Miles Turner, that means Karl Anthony Towns checking Siakam. I wouldn't want to do that. I'll put OG on Siakam and let Cat Rome play off whoever he got to check and send him on a double team.
What do you say about that, Mark?
For whatever reason, Siakam, he wears Anunoby out.
But I'll take that because Cat gonna catch 2 or 3 tic-tac fouls checking Siakam.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with Towns. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's the clumsiest dude I've ever seen in my life.
Amen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's
Yeah.
clumsy.
Everybody.
And hell, he'd pick up. He would pick up 3. Yeah, but he'd pick up 3 fouls watching me. I mean, that dude is clumsy.
That's one of the biggest issues that we've seen. You pick up 2,050 seconds.
I mean, he's the most unpredictable dude I've ever seen to when you watch him play. I mean, he need to go to coordination school. So, I mean, I've never seen nothing like this.
Very, very possible that's a symptom of having literally 2 left feet. It's possible. But as I stated to Roma earlier this week, or earlier today, actually, I mentioned that it would benefit him to, as some other NBA players in the past, go see Olajuwon.
Yeah, go to Houston. You need to go. You need to take whenever his season is over with. First thing you need to do is get on the plane and go call a drink.
Yeah, that would be a good thing for him. Not only him, but as I stated to Roma, also it would be good for Ant-Man as well to develop a mid-range, game to where he can play with his back to the basket and not always have to try to dribble between 3-4 people or try to fight to get to the bucket. Same way with Ant. Figure out how to way to get easy buckets. Because right now for both of them, they're using up too much energy to get a bucket when they need a bucket. If you can figure out the way, if you can see exactly how Kobe and LeBron benefited after visiting Olajuwon, with mid-range games, it would benefit Cat tremendously. It's just a matter of do you want to get better? Or do you want to stay above average? Do you want to be great?
Hey, man, I noticed something too. Watching them games, like when Cat attacked the basket, it's easy in the world. He lucky that a lot of times it ain't been called a jump ball.
Romar, when that dude goes to the basket, he looked like, you ever see when little kids get to run loose at lunchtime, they just run for the playground. I mean, that dude is, oh man, he's uncoordinated.
Yeah, but and I'm saying, like, because once he done finally gathered himself and got his steps together, all you got to do, because the ball is waist high, all you got to do is grab the ball and tie it up. It's gonna be a jump ball every time.
Yeah,
with him, because he don't. Oh yeah, he ain't making that move that right. He doesn't fast
know how to finish with the ball above his waist. He always has to bring it down to his waist below or his knees, and when he's gathering, that's his problem when he's doing that. And another thing, like my guy was saying, he moves like a brand new baby deer. Like just he does. He's uncoordinated. He just doesn't seem like he has his legs under him. I don't know if he's injured or if that's just naturally how he is.
He's actually had a left knee, or he's battling a left knee injury, because I think he bumped knees in Game 4.
Oh, okay.
So that may have something to do with it too, which why we seeing the uncoordinated version of him, Yeah. But again,
I don't remember if you being like that in Kentucky.
Well, I don't think he was. I don't, and like I said, I don't know the whole story behind if he ever got injured in college, but the whole thing is, like, once you, again, if he pulls off the same thing tonight like he did in Game 4, it can go a whole different direction. We got an entirely different conversation at the end of the night. It could be a Game 7, So now I guess the question is,
No, go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry.
Oh, so basically, do y'all feel who's the pressure more on, the Pacers or the Knicks? Who do y'all think? What do y'all think?
I think it's on both, but I think it's more on Indiana. You don't want it. You don't close it out.
On Indiana.
You don't close it out tonight. It's 80% chance the Knicks is going to close you out at home.
Hey, you think if you lose tonight, Indiana, you think the Knicks gonna let you walk in there and bing bong them? They're not gonna let you win that. Every referee, fan, You're not gonna walk out of there alive in Madison Square in Game 7 and win that. You're not. I mean,
well, we've seen that happen.
Well, it actually has happened one other time before, back in '95.
And this is and this is one thing I add to this, and you guys gotta agree with me on this. You never leave it up to the referees. You're not going to lead this game. No team wants this game going down to the wire. No more. But like I said, Game 7, advantage New York. Because they make it to a Game 7. That means they didn't got Indiana figured out.
I think they do already. They got mad and let Game 4 slip away from them.
Well, actually, Game 1 slipped away from them too.
Hey, Kevin, we ain't gonna talk about the same people.
But again, truth be told, the Knicks should have been the ones beat up right now. I'm sorry, got to keep it a space.
I mean, you say that, but see, the Knicks, even if they is beat up right now, the way that they play, how can you tell? Because they play a physical brand of basketball all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you see so many fouls being called. Everything.
It's not just the physical brand of it. It's just the amount of minutes that Thibodeau plays as starters is eventually going to wear them down, man. And I don't know if it's going to be this game.
That's what I'm saying.
But see, in these the two games that they did with so far, certain players, he been digging a little bit deeper into that bench. And that's actually been helping.
He had to.
Yeah, because he got these people we never heard before. He didn't play time, and that's something.
You had to, because when you got Karl Anthony Towns making the stupidest fouls in the world, he's got what, 4 fouls by the third quarter or halftime. You got to go to
pretty much.
I get that, and I understand at this point in his career, Karl Anthony Towns does not get the benefit of the doubt on this, but I can't put his foul on, especially this series. I can't put his foul trouble on him. The referees gotta get some of that trouble too.
Derek, don't act like you ain't see Game 4 when Jalen Brunson picked up 5 magical fouls in the third quarter.
I can't judge foul trouble on this one because the referees are just horrible.
I do not disagree with you on that. I do not. But some of them, if you step back and look at it, like, why are you grabbing this dude's wrist? Why are you bumping or setting illegal screens? Like, some of them he can prevent himself. He put himself in those situations. So I mean, I see your point about the refs, and that happens both ways in this series with fouls not being called, extra fouls being called, and that comes from a lot of these players today kind of hunting for fouls. You know what I mean? And baiting the refs into doing that. So,
hey, look, and that challenge in Game 4 cost us a timeout that we won. They need to get rid of the rule.
I agree with that too. I mean, what's the use of charging for if
it's gonna cost me a timeout?
You're still gonna lose the timeout. I don't understand that whatsoever, because if you got the call right, I won't have to use the challenge.
Yeah,
so,
and I wouldn't. And you could. That was a pivotal point in the game. We lose that timeout because who's to say? Because we had got the game we was in striking distance at that time.
Yes, we were.
They was in striking distance of maybe possibly winning that game. But you win the challenge, get the ball, but you lose a timeout, which is critical down the stretch.
That part never made sense to me. Like, if you win the challenge, you should have got that timeout back.
And I sat there and said, he gonna be dumb enough to challenge this, knowing that he could lose a timeout.
And what happened?
He challenged it. We won the challenge.
Yeah, won the challenge.
Y'all won the challenge.
And we lost the time. I I'd rather just let the ref say that he was right. It's 2 minutes and some change left in the game, and
It's like
we in striking distance.
It's like you take the red pill or the blue pill. Do you want this call or do you want to keep your timeout?
You lose a timeout, you actually lose an extra 30 seconds on the clock. You gain an extra 30 seconds if you don't if you just let the call be the call.
Or
and
like,
you got 2 timeouts.
Or like an extra possession.
Yeah.
And that's what the game comes down to nowadays. It's a possession situation. Who has the ball last?
Well, I'm sorry to say, I believe I'm gonna speak for the whole panel. I love my Knicks. I want us to get to the NBA Finals, but there's no chance in hell. Anybody from the East can run with OKC.
And that's why they play the games, folks. I agree with you, bro. I do. But you never know.
But for entertainment purposes, I'm gonna make a case for it. But I agree with you guys. I mean, I don't want to say I was with OKC from the beginning of the playoffs, but I think I was. Because they went up against the Nuggets. And Romar had the Nuggets, and Nuggets took game 1, and OKC did not look like the number 1 seed at that point in that one game. I kind of remember that, and Romar came on the show. It was like, who had OKC? And I think I was like, that was me, but I can't remember. But anyway, not important right now.
But Derek, you know how I see games, and you know why I see the things that I see because of the way that I play.
Well, here's a question to
huh?
What you say, Derek?
Oh, I was gonna say here's a question to the panel. Since if we were to assume, let's say, just hypothetically speaking, not hoping that it happens or it's gonna happen, but let's say Indiana wins tonight, right? And it turns out to be an OKC versus Indiana finals, 2 small market teams. Could this be the NBA's way of moving to find that next superstar or team, or moving beyond Curry, Durant, LeBron, so forth, Tatum? Could this be their formula of trying to figure out, let's see how this year goes with 2 small market teams? Then in the future, we don't have to force a Boston, LA, Denver, San Antonio's into the finals going forward. When I say force, I'm talking about favorable calls like they've been having in the past.
I can't say that.
Yeah. Let me get this one. I gotta say no on this one, Derek, because this reason. The NBA's formula is throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
Well, isn't that what this is?
They are trying. It's not yet. I mean, in a sense, it's their formula, but in another sense, it's one of their formulas. They are trying anything to draw eyes to the brand, and anything to try to change the
narrative.
Yeah, they always looking for the next big thing. They've been looking for the next. I mean, that's why they had a draft. That's why it makes such a hype over the number 1 overall pick. Remember the hype they tried to have around Greg Oden?
Oh, man.
I'm gonna say no.
Remember the hype they had? They tried to put around Zion.
Oh yeah. And speaking of Zion, we'll get to that shortly.
I'm gonna let you. When you finish,
any of these number 1 overall picks that did not measure up to what LeBron James has done and Kevin Durant things, and they have been trying. They tried year after year. They came close with Giannis.
Isn't their formula to have a face of the NBA, which right now they're struggling to find because these guys are starting to age? We've noticed that if they're aging, they're getting eliminated in first and second round now because of their age. So they have to find the next big thing. And Boston and Tatum is not quite filling that void, right? Or Milwaukee not filling that void. Cleveland not filling that void. Denver not filling that void. LeBron in LA and Luka not filling that void. So they're saying to themselves, okay, if this isn't working, let's see 2 small market teams and see how it happens,
All right. Can we let Romar go? He look like he about to use the bathroom.
I ain't lying. What's
He's
going
about
on,
to
champ?
explode over
Go
here.
for it,
He's
man.
turning into Fatu mode over here.
Yeah.
Going out of control. All right,
Right.
Omar, go ahead and cook. Come on.
Release the hounds.
I'm gonna have to say no, because at the end of the day, regardless of it's small market, two small market teams or not, every player right now that got a chance to be in the finals are worthy of being the face of the league. Halliburton, SGA, and they are. You don't need two small market teams, because these players right now, they saying we here.
I'm not
You
saying
can't
they're
look
not worthy.
past what
I'm
they
not saying
do.
they're not worthy. I'm just saying it's never.
I'm just saying,
I don't want to say
but
never, but
I don't see.
it's not something that happens often. When was the last time you could say
All right,
there were two small market teams in the finals? Really, go back, think about it.
and look, really.
Now-
I mean, really, Cleveland and San Antonio.
You
And what?
consider
Both
San,
teams
you
had
consider San Antonio a
superstars.
small market team? I don't.
Yes, in the
Small-
NBA, yes.
San Antonio is a big market team, dude.
Okay, not to me. They
Now,
won't. They,
who beat the Nets in the finals?
San Antonio.
That year Jason Kidd was on.
San Antonio.
That was it.
but you at the time, you look at franchise wise, money wise, all that. Yeah, San Antonio was. Look at that team: Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Ginobili. Them small. That was a small market team
Okay.
Yeah.
as a
Here's the
collective
que-
group.
Here's the question to that. Did you watch that NBA finals?
Yeah.
No, you didn't, because you would have said yes long time ago. And has there been a
Well,
repeat
I
of that type of final? You didn't watch it. Nobody watched it. It was the lowest rated finals ever,
tripping.
which is why they didn't have that type of
That's still
finals.
more than numbers.
You tripping? It was still the finals.
That's
it was
still,
sports.
That's still more than numbers. Now
All right.
let me help you. Or go ahead, Kevin.
Okay.
I want you to go ahead.
Now, real quick.
This is good.
Okay. Now, one more. You just said a minute ago, which I agree with you on the fact that you said any of these people are worth the face of the league, right?
Yes.
Okay, SGA, Halliburton, and Brunson.
But look,
Right.
right now,
I got you. Now, to add to your point, here's a crazy. I'm pulling the page out of your book. All three of them, have you noticed, was let go by the team that drafted them during or after their rookie contract. Think about
I
it.
seen it when you
Yeah.
posted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said all three GMs should be fired. Let me throw this at y'all. Real quick.
Uh-huh.
And it ties into everything y'all saying.
Mhm.
It's going to be hard to find the next face of the league because the way the NBA contracts are structured, it is damn near impossible to do what Golden State Warriors just accomplished. And that is having to down to like 3 championships in 5 years. The way these contracts are structured right now, your number 1 and 2 guys and 3 guys are gonna be eligible for the Supermax within 2 years of playing with you. So after that second season, you're gonna have to be stuck between a rock and a hard place of either going over that luxury tax, which no owner wants to do,
Besides the one in Phoenix.
and really
talk about
and really rocking yourself into poverty. I mean, just to roll it just for the chance of winning the championship, or you're going to have to start selling off some of your core key guys. And henceforth, why the Golden State Warriors dropped off low, because they had to pay their main guys, but they ain't have the resources to keep their bench. Same thing with Milwaukee. They won the championship. They ain't had the money to keep their bench. Same thing with Boston right now. They had the money. They won the championship.
They about to lose their bench.
And Boston's about to be in big trouble by next season.
Yeah, the balloon payment of rent is due in Boston.
Now, okay, having said
Oh, they
that,
already talking about shopping Holiday around.
They got no choice.
and that's
Not
a-
only
that's
Holiday,
a crime
but
shame if that
but
happens.
Brown as well. Brown is on the trade market as well. So, but to answer your question,
I mean,
Jay,
Boston.
Jalen
to answer
Brown.
your- Yeah, they're talking about trading him as well.
Why? When you
They can't
just
afford
a year into that contract, well, they
Right.
shouldn't have
They're
gave
not
him
gonna
the
be able to
contract.
afford
Yeah.
it. They're not going to be able to afford that. You can't afford that. It's going to be way over the luxury tax, like Mill was saying. And to
They
Mill's
already
point,
over it because they want to give
No,
Jason
no, no,
Tatum.
no, no.
Jason Tatum just signed one for
I
3,
know
didn't he?
yeah. So you can't have two players at
once he-
almost $300 million. You can't have that.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah,
try to pay
especially
for
if all
seasons.
that playoff money coming through.
1 year into Jaylen Brown,
Especially if all that
Supermax
playoff
contract.
money come through.
they only
Yeah.
1 year into that contract.
Again, it's
Yeah.
just rumors. It's not saying it's definite. It's just rumors. But to
They-
Mill's
they not
point,
gonna
when
do
he was
that.
talking about the luxury tax, this is kind of the way to make the league more available for anybody to make it, not just having 4 or 5 teams, in the league that we
I
know
mean,
is going to make it.
You're constantly leveling off the playing field.
Right.
Because I think New Orleans tired of Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to business, I mean, when it comes down to the business sense, Boston might not have a choice.
Yeah.
Milwaukee might not have a choice.
Well,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
Well,
within the next
Milwaukee definitely doesn't have a choice.
Phoenix didn't have a choice.
So the days of Boston versus LA or Cleveland versus Golden State in the finals almost every year, those are over.
Yeah.
That's it
Yeah.
for that.
And the Clippers ain't gonna have a choice.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't gonna see that. Now, to your point, Mel. Now, you just said a minute ago, okay, the way the NBA structures contracts are impossible for a dynasty, right?
It's making it damn near impossible.
Okay.
You're gonna have to hit on your draft.
Okay, now, okay. Having said that,
Yeah.
which one? I think didn't you or Roma say before? If I was to think if there's anything come close to a dynasty, meaning like if you're a repeat champion, okay, OKC's got a good shot. Think
They
about
do.
it.
Not really.
but-
They got a good shot to win this one, but it's now another because say SGA's up for the Supermax. He's the MVP.
I was thinking the same thing.
Jalen Walker's up for a contract, and Chet Holmgren.
No, they reloaded Chet.
All right. But didn't you also say
They've been together,
Didn't you also
Roma. They've
say
been
that-
together for 3
Yeah,
years
But
now.
you got draft picks coming
But
too.
Chet, but see, the thing is, y'all still don't realize. No, they ain't even reload Chet yet. Because everybody right now outside of SGA, Chet still on his rookie contract.
Yeah, but he is
For
due
how
this
long
season.
though?
This is it.
This is second year into his rookie deal.
No,
And he
it's
needs,
not.
and
No, it's not, dude.
Yes,
Remember,
it is. Him and
he-
Victor-
it does not matter. He got to renegotiate his contract this
Roma.
off
It
season.
might be his
he's-
third year.
next year is going to be his
Yeah.
4th year because he
Yeah.
got hurt his rookie year.
Yeah, people forget he missed his rookie year. He missed the whole year.
This is third year, so yeah, he's up for
I,
that.
I was thinking along the same lines
Nah,
of Romo. I thought it was his second
But-
year.
I'm gonna tell you who right now, small market,
They
that
are-
can put a team together and it won't hurt them, and watch they win a championship
Who?
in the next 5 years.
Who's that?
Sorry to say it, the winningest coach in the NBA history that just went from coach to GM in San Antonio. He has single-handedly put a young team together that, with the right coach, gonna be trouble in the next 5 years. And he's only one, and he one free agent away.
And depending on that free agent,
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
I will
money-
say this.
balloon payment is
What?
good.
What you talking about? This man done drafted the back 2 years in a row, rookie of the year. I don't even know the dude that won rookie of the year this year. They played for him.
All right, now here's an interesting
And
scenario.
he might have a third one because what? He got the number 3 pick this year in the draft.
But you talking about Victor, right?
When they won it, then whoever they drafted this year, Castle or somebody won it.
Castle. It's Stephon Castle from UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, okay, to your point, Romo, you said that San Antonio is going to be a problem the next 5 years. Imagine this, Mel. Here's what I'm going with. Giannis, we all know Giannis is leaving, right? Basically. What if Giannis lands in San Antonio.
We've been said that.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to put the pieces together.
All right, let me say this. Well, let's put it like I'm gonna say it like Giannis should leave.
But I don't like the perm.
We are talking about the Milwaukee Bucks owner, who does not do everything right.
Yes, so, yes, we have preached this multiple times.
Yeah, so I don't want to go no further than that. So, but
I mean, I'm just throwing out scenarios.
Let's say that Giannis goes to San Antonio. Mm-hmm. My thing about San Antonio, what gives me the cause for pause, and it's a huge cause for pause, and Godspeed, and I hope everything works out for the best. But I don't trust Victor Wembanyama coming back. I don't know anybody who's come back and been all NBA, all-star after a deep vein thrombosis.
Well, see, and I
have never seen it happen.
And that's another reason why.
Well,
this is perfect for a backup.
Well, I don't agree with you there. It's like, for one, technology, medicine, sports medicine is a whole lot better than what it was back in the day. And the young, your body heals differently when you're young.
Okay, I gotta see it. I haven't seen it yet.
And
how much different was this compared to what Dame had? Is it completely different? Because it both on the shoulder versus the calf. Okay.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm San Antonio. I'm not going to get Giannis to pair with Victor.
You don't see
I
that?
I don't feel like that works. I don't know if that works.
Listen. This is me.
All right, go ahead.
You know who I'm going to go get to go pair with somebody?
Who you got?
I'm going to get Delonte Murray back from New Orleans to pair him with DeAndre Fox.
I don't know if that worked, man.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will.
All right,
both gotta have a ball, man.
This is where I disagree with you. I do believe that if a healthy Wembanyama, a healthy Wemby can work with a healthy Giannis because they don't play the same position. They don't play the same way. Victor is going to stretch the floor and that'll allow Giannis to drive. That's going to work. But the one guard, if you want to really just roll the dice, and he will be a forward if you pull this off. I'm kicking the tires on Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball will fit, and he's not. He'll be cheap. He play good defense. He is a good facilitator. He'll mesh right in, and he will.
Best
and he
ability
will score.
Is availability. He ain't that available.
That's the thing. I see. That's the part that has put me on pause because
his fourth roll of the dice.
Well. See, the one thing WB has always said: the best ability is
available. If you go roll the dice, you need affordable contracts.
Hey, I got another one out there. I got one out there that'll trip you out.
Go ahead.
You waiting, bro?
We got some dead.
What you got, Roman? Who you eyeing on?
Victor and Zion.
Hell no. No.
If it'll be anybody that can get anybody straight, it's be Pop that'll get Zion right.
He ain't coaching no more. He upstairs now, man.
But still, man, it ain't got nothing to do with coaching.
He can't yell no more. He can't stress no more. That man will fall out. He can't do that no more. Them days is over.
He about on verge of crashing out anyway. I'm sorry.
I'm out on Giannis.
I'm
out on Zion. I'm sorry.
And Neil, your point with Giannis and Victor meshing together, that sounds great. But as a coach, do you want your 7'6" center constantly on the perimeter? I mean, if I got a 7'6" guy, I want him right next to the rim getting easy layups.
I get that. That's why Giannis will be down bottom. But but if I have a 7'6" guy and he's a $105 soaking wet, no, I gotta put him somewhere where he's most effective, and that's on trying to block a three or something.
Oh, he didn't get bigger. He ain't a $105 no more, bro. He putting that weight on. He getting stronger. He been at it.
I can benefit from having that wingspan out there. Create disrupting passing lanes.
That's on
and things
defense.
that
Though. I'm
nature.
talking about on the offensive end. I wouldn't
Hey,
want
He's a
to
scratch. He shoots.
Hey, look.
Victor shoots the three way better than Giannis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but what's a higher
don't think
percentage
I
though?
wanna-
Him at the rim laying it in, or him shooting the three? That's the high percentage.
Well, you
shot.
know
what? For who, Wemby? We talking about Wemby,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
I want the easy basket.
Right. I'll take that all
Yeah,
day.
the basket is having the ball at the top. Let him take somebody off the dribble.
No, easy basket, post him up. All he got to do is turn around
And
and
lay
draw
it
the
in
foul.
all
Or
day
lay it
long. All day
And,
long.
and then you got Giannis taking 3 steps out for rebounding. I don't know how I do take 3 steps after you get a rebound. Be at the other side of the on
Outside
the
the court.
basket. Yeah, and 3 dribbles or
So-
3 steps.
But
There's
I see your point, Mill, because he can shoot. He can shoot.
I mean, yeah.
But again, in crunch time,
Yeah,
or
still,
when
I
it matters,
just want him to be. I just want him to put on. I just want to put on like 10 more pounds, then drop him down.
But see, Galloway, the only
Yo.
way I see it working with them, if you want Victor on the wing, Giannis, you better learn to play with your buddy in the post most of the game.
Yes, that's my point. Giannis can play with his back to the basket.
Yeah, he can.
He can. He has not had to. He has not had to do it at Milwaukee because you got Brook Lopez down there, or whatever center they might have coming off the bench. But in San Antonio, you can play that that'd be a nasty pick and roll.
But see, you
That would be
you can't play the pick and roll. You can play the pick and roll with Victor and Giannis, but you couldn't play the pick and roll with Giannis and
Chris Middleton. I mean, not Chris
DeAndre
Middleton.
Fox.
But yeah, you can play. Yeah, because one is quick enough.
I'm not gonna let Giannis pick for DeAndre Fox on the pick and roll for Giannis to step back to take a jump shot. No.
But you can definitely do the pick. You can run that pick and roll with Giannis and Luka. You could definitely do that.
You could do it better. You could do it with Lonzo Ball too.
I don't trust his knees no more. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm not saying that to be funny.
I trust Lonzo Ball before I trust Zion.
Oh yeah.
The only thing you don't trust about Zion is him being overweight.
Among a few other things.
It's more than that, Roma. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's more than a weight issue to me.
I know, man.
Off the court issue, and the fact that he
Oh,
don't use his.
Let's just say it's off the court issues been following him too.
It's not only that; it's off the court issues, and the fact that he doesn't use his right hand at all for anything. Anything. He's everything's left. He's going left. If he on the opposite side of the court, right side of the court, top of the key, he going left.
Derek.
I'm just telling you, you can stop
It's
that by
like
putting the wall up.
All right, Derek. That's no different than me with what everybody said about me back in the day, ball. You know I'm gonna go right. You know the ball gonna end up back in my strong hand.
Roma, we talking about professional defenders here. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, don't matter. Don't matter. Everybody know you gonna if that's all he got, that's all he got. He made it to the league off of just having a left hand, didn't he?
Yeah, I
All right,
see
so
that,
guys.
but you gotta adjust.
Hey guys, I'm gonna try to get WB back in here real quick because we finna play a game. You know, the NBA handed out their NBA season awards.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we give out our own awards?
Sure, the Studio W Award.
I'm gonna send a text to WB and we'll see if he can get back.
I
in here.
mean, what type of awards
We got our own MVP.
Oh, okay.
We got our own coach of the year. We have our own rookie of the year. We have our own defensive player of the year.
Defensive player of the year.
Upcoming superstar of the year. Up in the next guy. Since we want to talk about who's the next face of the league, we want to talk about the next guy. The next, we will call that the next MVP. We got the MVP and the next MVP.
I already gonna tell you who the next MVP gonna be. All right.
No, not yet. Come on.
Okay,
Don't spoil it yet.
Derek trying to get me.
Don't spoil it.
See, that's why.
Look, you hear how he said like the dude all the
Yo, WB.
Who's bad?
Yeah.
Darcy. Who's next?
Yeah. So
Jake from State Farm.
Oh man. So yeah, so we have so basically the future MVP award.
Hey, Galloway.
So we'll talk about that. You want to say the MVP for last? You want to do the MVP first?
I need your help real quick.
Whichever you want to do, it's fine with me.
What's up?
What happened? What happened after the wedding when we went and Duke lost
What you mean?
in
We took
the
Kevin.
restaurant?
You talking about after we left or after the game
Before
went over?
Yeah, after the game was over.
Oh yeah. Oh my favorite part.
Oh, you started screaming at the other people in the restaurant. Yeah.
Let's just say it was a party after the party.
I did, for real.
I posted. Those at home, I posted what my dad said to Roma on the screen. I apologize for that, but I got to bring my dad WB here for this one segment. We're gonna have our own Studio WNBA awards.
All right.
And can't have nothing that says Studio W without the CEO.
Of course.
The CEO.
Coach. Yeah, the CEO.
Yeah,
the coach,
the man who really quarterbacks this thing.
That's right. The quarterback.
Man.
So if we had to do these awards all over again, and we had to do the MVP, who would you guys have?
But what would be the standards of the MVP?
Or the criteria.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, they had to be a playoff team.
Right.
A guy that elevates his team, not on himself. He's been exciting. He's been relevant.
All right.
But it got to be a playoff team.
Yes, it has to be a playoff team.
And it's got to be a player. If you were to take him off that team, that team wouldn't be where they are.
Yeah.
Meaning, like you said, makes them better.
You know, the MVP, the guy that you would want to build your team around.
Pretty much. All right, well, let's go.
That's it. That's the criteria.
Go
The
first,
MVP, the guy you want to build your team around.
All right.
Who going first?
I'm going to go first.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to say this without no knock to the real MVP of the league. Since y'all, from the basis of what y'all criteria is.
Yeah, with your chest. Go ahead.
Come on.
I'll say Ant.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Stop it.
No.
Yes.
Yo, keep going.
Yes, I will.
Yo, keep going.
I will.
Oh, come on, man.
For the
What's
simple
your
fact,
reason?
what's my reason?
Yes.
He definitely show up sometimes in big moments and has showed up and proved the point. And 2 out of the last 3 years that he's been in the NBA, he's ended up in the Western Conference Finals.
But we're not talking about the last preview. We're talking about this year.
This year alone, he said bye-bye Brian first round.
Yes, he did.
Uh-huh.
Then Jokic.
Then he said
No, but no. It was,
This isn't for playoff MVP. This is regular season MVP.
regular season, whatever. It doesn't matter. He was one of the top scorers in the NBA in the regular season.
Okay.
That's true.
Anything else to back it up?
Regardless, it was 2 games at the end of the season that determined if they was gonna be a top 4 or 5 seed or finish where they finished at. Like, come on.
If Ant didn't play this year, would
Minnesota.
If he didn't play this year, would Minnesota
Be a playoff team?
Would they be?
No.
Would they be close to a playoff team?
No.
Okay. Okay.
That's just like saying that's like them without KG.
I think they would have been in the play.
No, you ain't bringing KG in this.
You said you think they would have been what?
I think they might have made the play.
Man,
They
Dirk,
would
stop.
not have been
Dirk.
Listen.
How much sugar you put in your tea? How much sugar you put in your tea?
Let me say this. They have their boy Jaden McDaniels. They have Conley. They have the left-handed boy from New York. What was his name?
Randall.
Randall. They have Gobert. They have Nas. They have a deep team. They are deep. They are deep.
I have to agree with the Roma on that. Don't bring Julius Randle in there. No, I go along with that 100%.
No, I agree with the panel too. No, I do not. No, without Ant-Man, Minnesota is not. They're not making the play.
Well, I didn't say playoffs.
No.
I said
No, I'm saying they're not making the play in.
okay.
They're not making the play in terms without Ant.
Well, it's more to play in because it's 10 teams now.
They still not making that. No.
I mean, I'm just clarifying what you're saying. So they're not gonna make the top 10 period.
No. They in draft lottery.
My biggest issue is the main thing is when the lights shine the brightest. Okay, you the face of the league supposedly. You gotta play smarter or some sort of way. You can't just score less than 20 points in 3 out of the 5 games. That's the main thing they're looking at. It doesn't work out too well, and especially after when they double team, triple team you, and you act like you don't know what you're doing.
All right.
But you can't Minnesota. You can't have. I mean, nothing against him. He's had a great career, but you can't have a 37-year-old point guard that realistically he's past. I mean, they got to put some pieces around him. Julius Randle. There's a reason why the Lakers let him go. Because
yeah, you're right, Mark. Because he'll show up every now and then.
I mean, he'll show up he'll show up today, then he don't play good again for another 2 weeks. I mean, the dude ain't consistent at all.
I didn't name his name to say he was a star. I'm just saying that he's a starter who could contribute. I'm not saying he's a star or anything like that. I'm just saying that if they lost Anthony for the season, he could step in and fill in some of those points.
You know what, Derek? I rarely go against you, but with this one here, I got to go with Romar. They wouldn't even make. They'd be in the draft lottery.
So you're saying they'd be just as bad as Portland?
Yep.
But that team.
Yes. Okay. Actually, they'd be worse than Portland.
Really?
I was going to say that. Hey, I was going to actually say that, Mill. I think they'd be worse.
Wow.
No. They is a draft lottery.
Okay. Well,
so you're saying with Conley at the point, McDaniels playing the 3, Randall at the 4, Gobert and Nas coming off the bench. You telling me they're a lottery team?
I think so.
Nope. And I'll tell you something. Gobert and Randall, man, look, they don't even. I wouldn't even call them stars.
Gobert has been trash.
No, see, this is
trash for a long
thing.
time.
I trust no. See, you said Mike. You put the emphasis on Mike Conley. Mike Conley's 37, right? I don't. Outside of him and I don't trust nobody else with the basketball.
Hold on. See,
I don't trust.
They got their point guard of the future. He ain't play much, but
who is he?
The boy from Kentucky.
I didn't even name DiVincenzo or whatever his name is as another guard. DiVincenzo.
I mean, but
I just named 6 starters, 6 potential starters. You telling me they can't pick up the
6
slack?
potential starters that are equal up to 20 wins.
I just don't trust. I don't trust none of them with the basketball. Everything else about the game, yeah, y'all got it. Setting up the offense and facilitating is where you lose me.
How
they don't win nothing but 20 games
That's
without
all Conley is good for. Okay. Hey.
Yeah, and when he goes down, what else? Who behind that?
Well, I just named.
He's 37.
I mean, I don't know the whole roster. Like,
no, none of them should be bringing the ball up the court.
No, absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Gobert, for a big man, has the weakest hands in the league.
Oh, he's been trash all.
Oh, so we got stuck on this and got out to me now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, enough for especially about Gobert. Dad.
Yo,
he's the worst.
If you was to start your league, start your team, your club.
Wow.
Who's the guy you're building the team around?
A couple come to mind, and one's gonna shock you. SGA, be quiet. SGA is the man. You can't deny that boy. He shows up, and see, this is the thing about it. With some of these so-called superstars, they'll show up one night and the next night they're trash. All right, I would definitely, yeah. SGA is probably one, and this is gonna shock you. If the boy comes back healthy, Wemby, give me Wemby, because I think number one, he well, we already know about the height, all right, but he can skill. He's a skilled big man. He inside out, rebound, block shots. Give me Wemby.
Okay, all right, that sounds fair.
You know what? I'll tell you what, William. You know who SGA reminds me of? Seriously, this dude reminds me. He reminds me of George Gervin. This dude scores wherever he wants, whenever he wants. I mean,
that's
anyway.
That's right. He's a dangerous man, and he should have gotten that MVP.
But
this
you
year.
know, another thing that complements his game.
What's that?
That make him. You notice how long his arms are?
All right,
He has very long arms.
Yes.
Well, not only that, he's a skilled shooter.
I mean, but he a skilled player. He's skilled.
No
but
question.
I'm just saying, like, for a guard, he got extremely long arms.
Well, you know what people tend to forget though, because he don't look like it. He doesn't look like it compared, next to other guys. But he's 6'6".
But another thing is, he got that. He got a lot of shiftiness to his game too.
Yeah, and that go along with that Gervin thing too. And the dude is smooth, man.
Yeah,
he's smooth,
I mean,
and you can't stop him.
I mean, they didn't get it wrong with the MVP this year.
No, they did not.
No.
Remember earlier during the year, it was going back between him and the Joker.
I mean, but see, I like the way that the NBA did it. They waited till their series. That series was over to determine who was going to be the MVP, because you had the top two candidates in the series against each other. If Denver would have won it, Joker would have got MVP.
Yeah, that's true.
So who's next?
Okay,
Mark?
I'll give you.
Yeah. Nah, go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, I'll give you one, and this one, Romoff might like this one. I go with Jalen Brunson. And the reason why,
not a bad move.
And the reason why, I mean, again, like I said, like the dude is one of the scrappiest players I've seen in quite some time.
And he only 6'2".
And the thing, for somebody that's small, he is a pest.
That's my guy, but
I
can't build my franchise around.
Why not?
Why not?
He's the one where the reason why the Knicks are in this in the first place.
I mean, but
Let's take them off the Knicks, and they not a lottery team. You tell me what they are.
They barely make the play in, if that.
Yep.
But if think about it.
No,
You don't think so?
He missed quite some time this year, and they stayed right there where they've been at all year.
But you know what?
We ain't never leave the 3 spot.
But
we've been in the 3 spot all year.
Yeah, because the East is terrible.
He can like I said.
I mean, he's a big piece, but with that team,
he's their biggest piece. What are you talking about?
Like you say in the East, with that team without Jalen Brunson, they still can finish with the AC.
No.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean,
bro, all you gotta do is win 38 games to get in the playoffs in the East.
Well, see, that's a difference. I think New York still gets to the playoffs.
Yes.
So
you know
tell
what?
me, no. Let's use Mills.
Because you
thing.
still got
Who's bringing the ball?
Bridges. You still got Josh Hart. You still got
Roma.
You still got OG.
Who's bringing the ball up and running the offense then? If Brunson is out, like Mills said, with Conley over in Minnesota, you take Brunson out, who running the offense? Who's setting it up to plays?
Hey, believe it or not, I've seen this cat do it before. You know what?
If you say that left-handed dude, if you say him, Mark, don't say that. What's his name? The one with the weird shot.
Who, Lammy Shammy?
No, Cameron Payne.
Oh, Cameron Payne. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can play the point. Yes. So New York still.
I don't trust anybody else bringing the ball up the court more than Brunson. I honestly I don't, and it's from a fan. And it's from a fan standpoint.
Mill, I
No,
saw
you
your
know,
facial
I was thinking-
expression. Please give me your input on this on Cameron Payne. You trusting him for 82 games?
Hell no.
That's the thing. Yes.
With what he got around him, with what he got around him outside of Jalen Brunson, yes.
Now hear me out.
Man.
Hear me out. The way
Okay.
Tom Thibodeau runs his team, he's going to in a sense, it does not matter who's on the floor. He's going to wear them out the same way.
So let me
I
make
still
sure I'm
think
hearing this
New York
right.
is-
Let me make sure I'm hearing this right. You trusting Cameron Payne more than you trust Conley bringing the ball up? Seriously, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, Cameron Payne's more durable.
No, I didn't say I'm trusting.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: Conley, he was a great player, but Conley has lost a few steps.
He's
His
still more
his
steps
shot is
ahead
off.
of-
His shot is off.
That's all fair. But my point is the way New York runs their offense, they're still going to get their same shots.
Do you think without Brunson though?
Yes. Without Brunson,
Ooh.
You think
without Brunson in the
is
East,
their
they can
offense.
still make the playoffs. Now in the West, okay, different conversation. In the West, different conversation. But in the East,
Yeah. They can.
Boy, oh boy,
the
oh
Knicks
boy.
can eke. The East can. The Knicks can eke in the play-in tournament in the East.
But
Mill,
they-
Mill,
they-
I'm gonna be
But
honest with you.
let me tell you
I'm-
something. You guys asked
I'm gonna
about.
say
You guys
Sure.
talk.
Man,
You guys.
Hold on.
They can make the ace just off of pure effort. That's all
Miami
I'm
ain't even
saying.
have a point guard this year, and they got in.
Well, no, we ain't talking about Miami. Let's stick.
They can make the play-in
Okay.
just off of pure effort.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Let me ask you a question. How many 30-point games has Jalen Brunson dropped? Put down this playoff series. I mean, not this is the only series, but throughout the playoffs. Without Jalen Brunson, New York would have been gone yesterday. They would
Absolutely.
Oh,
they would not be making the
They would have
finals.
been
Absolutely
eliminated
not.
faster than
Absolutely.
Miami.
They wouldn't be sitting there where they are now without him.
Absolutely.
They would definitely not be a 3 seed.
Hey, look,
I
A
agree
10,
with that.
I would say a 10.
I agree.
I'm giving them the 10 seed.
I give them that. I'm saying that, but I'm just saying, like, me, honestly, I love the Knicks,
Yeah,
and that's my team.
yeah.
But it's not one player on that team that I can say that I would want to build my team around.
Really?
I don't know, Romar.
Those
You know
are
what? If I
players
could
that
build,
you-
I'll tell you what, outside of SGA, if I was going to build a team, this dude don't get a lot of press because he was hurt this year. Outside of SGA, I think I would go with that guard out of Philly, Tyrese Maxey.
Yes.
That's
That's a good.
Yeah. Not bad because you're right. He was hurt a lot, and then he didn't have a lot around him. Because Embiid, man, good Lord.
You can't now.
Embiid has only played 50% of the games since he's been in the league. And how long has he been in the league? How many years has Embiid been in the league? 10 years?
10 years.
Now you want
He's
to
starting
talk about
to turn into a
He
liability.
probably only played 200 games.
He's starting to
Hey,
turn
but
into
look,
a
I
liability.
got a name for y'all that.
Hold
that
on,
might
Roma.
shock y'all.
Let's let Kevin go first. Let's let Kevin.
Now, I mean, now you want to talk about uncoordinated? He's the worst uncoordinated player on the planet. I mean, he worse than Cat.
Who?
Who's your
Embiid?
Yes.
No, I'm not going to go around. He just stay hurt all the time.
And that's another reason why. I mean, the dude is so clumsy. I mean, he trips and falls, and no matter what. I mean, it's
It ain't
pathetic.
that. It ain't that.
It's
just-
horrible.
What is it?
He
What is
doesn't.
it?
He doesn't put the work in to stay healthy.
I don't disagree with you.
Well, that
He
could,
does-
that could be why.
It ain't he clumsy or nothing because when he healthy, he wasn't the best players in the league.
He's unstoppable.
But clumsy, he's not that.
Yeah, you're right.
Lazy is his biggest problem.
I don't disagree with you, at all on that one.
You know who he is to me?
Who is that?
He's the Ricky Williams of the NBA.
Oh, you ain't gonna do that to him.
Wow.
Oh no, I don't agree with that.
Come on.
Yes, he is.
You talking about running back Ricky Williams?
Yep. I'm quitting because I want to smoke. He said, I don't want to
That's
play
low.
because I'm going to still get paid.
That's low. That's low.
Kevin,
That's low.
Kevin,
Real
who's your
talk.
MVP?
My MVP is Brunson.
Brunson. Okay.
Uh,
Mark, who's your MVP?
He
Is
said
that what you picked,
oh,
Maxie?
he
He
said
picked Maxie.
Maxie.
Yeah. So
Mill,
your turn.
who's yours?
Yeah, Bill.
Oh, Mel.
Oh, he got that slack grin on his face.
Oh, Lord.
He's gonna come out of the
We gonna
woodwork
say
on one.
Porzingis.
No.
Oh, well, you know
when
what?
I play basketball, I can only play certain positions.
What?
See, because I'm a point guard at heart.
Yeah.
So I'm
I like this where this going.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Who you going with? I gotta hear this one.
I'm going with the NBA assist leader, Tyrese Halliburton.
Uh-oh. I can't knock that one either.
Ooh.
I get the streaky shooting,
I thought about
but
that
I
too.
can't. I'm not going to ignore the NBA. He led the league in assists. He's a triple double threat. He rebounds. He distributes. Yes, and he shoots. He goes on the streets. But that's why you build a team around him.
Hey, look.
That's why you can get big men. That's why you can get some guys he can pass the ball to.
But have y'all noticed though? I got a lot of respect for him because have y'all even really noticed like bro been playing with a chip on his shoulder once the playoffs started.
He
Oh,
should.
yeah.
And I don't think it's because of they say he's this the second year in a row he's been
Overrated.
but it ain't that. It's the backlash and the trash talk and how people carried him in the Olympics.
Oh, from
Absolutely.
last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It ain't even the overrated. This is him putting on and letting you know I'm real deal.
Did you remember in the Olympics
Oh,
how many
yeah,
times
and
they
he
showed him sitting on the bench by himself? By himself.
Yeah, that was fuel for this season.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
everybody
And it
got-
should have been.
Everybody who
It
got
should have been
playing
also
time-
for Tatum as well, to be honest with you. And Tatum and
Well,
Brown should have had the same fuel.
You want to know who? You want to know?
I
who
mean,
was
Tatum
that?
ain't. You know why? You know why it didn't
Well, let's
fuel?
be honest, it was up until he got hurt.
No, it didn't fuel Jason Tatum because he didn't care because he had already got the ship.
He already got the ring.
No, it did. It did. Jason Tatum was balling.
The gold medal was just the icing on the cake, on top of winning the NBA championship.
No, Boston just wasn't good enough because they had to sell off their piece.
No, I'm talking about Fives going into this season.
Yeah, I'm saying going into the season. That's
No,
what
I'm
happened to him.
saying Jason Tatum had no need to have a real hunger like
No, I'm
Halliburton.
saying he did.
Jason,
He did not have the team, bro.
Jason Tatum couldn't care. If I'm Jason Tatum, regardless, I'm going out here. I'm going to still put up the numbers that I put up. But like, what? How they tried to clown me for in the Olympics for maybe playing one or two games? I don't care. I'm coming off. Do you see what my summer like? I just won the NBA championship. Now I'm winning the gold medal. What? Like outside of trying to repeat to win the NBA championship, like what's my motivation?
That's the kid.
To do it
You want to
again.
repeat. That's why.
That's not enough motivation.
What you mean it's not enough motivation?
Oh, yes,
We
it
talking about getting the
was.
chip?
That's not
Now-
enough.
Oh man, your logic is as good as your coaching.
Now,
No, I was just saying for me, off of the season that I've had, I'm motivated, but I'm not there.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I'm-
And
I'm-
see,
Halliburton season and what he's doing in these playoffs has did everything to let you know for the way y'all clown me doing the Olympics and everything. But realize he's doing the same thing that he did last year throughout the playoffs.
okay, all right.
Now think
see-
about this. Now I agree with part of what Mill was saying as far as Halliburton is building a team. Motivation. Now, since we're going back, I'll go back one more step before the Olympics. Remember when they got swept by Boston last year in the Eastern Conference Finals? That's another reason why, okay, Halliburton is.
But he killed, he balled.
Yes, he did ball out, but
The rest of the team didn't show up for him.
But that's the whole idea. It's a team sport, and you got to have your MVP. Now I'm gonna tell you something else. If Tatum.
I can't.
Oh,
Hold on.
let
Let me
no.
throw one name out there real quick.
Oh,
Cade Cunningham.
all right. Let me move on to my point here. Thank you for
he's
interrupting
on
me.
the up and coming.
Anyway, my point is, all right, if you take Boston, Tatum got hurt. Now I'm not a Boston fan, and I was glad they lost, right? But Porzingis,
Ouch.
you take Porzingis and Ball and Tatum healthy, it would have been a whole different. Because Porzingis is dangerous. That boy is dangerous.
He was fighting the illness.
Yeah. So it'd been a whole different deal there, you know. So yeah.
So my
I was
MVP,
telling him earlier, and I'm gonna put this out there, and this is facts. All these teams that get to this point, they got 3 years to get it right. After that third year, they're not gonna be able to afford to keep that team together, and you will have to start selling off pieces. You got 3 years.
So we talking about OKC, Indiana, and the next, basically.
Yep.
No,
and any team
no,
going forward.
No.
Any team going forward. You got 3 years to get it together.
I can't say the Knicks like there because Jalen Brunson gave them the discount. When he signed his deal this year, he actually gave them the discount.
how much do you think?
How much was that deal?
He's not doing that
He could have
again.
got a whole lot more.
No,
than-
what I'm saying, what was his deal? How much did he get?
What was it? 100 something?
Yeah, when he could have.
120 or something like that.
Yeah, he gave them a discount. He left like an extra $100 million on the off the table.
Well, no question about it. He's definitely,
But see, you know what?
but he's definitely worth more.
See, the discount that he gave them, that's going to allow them to be able to keep a Bridges, renegotiate
long.
with a cap.
Not for long. Not for long, because he got to redo that
But
deal.
regardless,
And he's not
it's
giving
gonna
them that
be
discount
within
again, bro.
that 3-year window that you talking about, Mill.
Mm-hmm.
That discount will help them in this 3-year window.
I tell you what, Kevin put
Because
out.
they can load up on a Bridges deal and a cat deal.
But facts, but guess what? Year one's about to go down. Year one's about to be over with. So they got 2 more years.
Oh, I got a question for you.
To get it right.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, one gone.
I got a question for the panel. Mill, got a question for you guys. Because Kevin put out something interesting this week here. And he had a picture with Halliburton, Brunson, and SGA. And he was talking about the teams that let them go, that drafted them during their rookie contract, let them go. Did the Clippers drafted SGA?
Yep.
I think the biggest loser out of all that is Sacramento.
Wow, Sacramento, Halliburton.
Yep.
And Dallas.
Brunson.
Yep.
The biggest loser out of all of them
Who? Sacramento.
Because you could have paid. You had Halliburton and DeAndre Fox.
Yeah.
I'll say it's the Clippers. I'll say it's the Clippers because they
I was gonna say the Clippers.
They gave it up to get Paul George, and they ain't got either one of them now.
Oh,
now women, hold on. Back up one.
I can't.
That's right, Mark. Women, hold it. They gave up SGA for Paul George.
Because
you mean Boy George?
But you got to think about it. Even if they didn't do that, and he would have stayed with the Clippers, you wouldn't know who he is.
Yeah, but that was.
Because you got James Harden.
Oh,
no.
I cannot answer this question because you're asking me. You're asking me to judge which one was a more dumpster fire, the Clippers or the Kings.
The Clippers.
I don't know.
I think the Clippers too. I'm gonna have to go with Kevin on this one.
At least the Clippers make the playoffs, but the Kings.
Hey, but you know what though? Sabonis is not a bad player, so it's not like Sacramento didn't get anything decent in return.
You had a big three with DeAndre Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, and Sabonis.
That's who they traded
And let's
him
think
for.
about.
No, that's who they traded him for. They traded Halliburton for Sabonis.
Yeah.
And the
Oh,
reason,
yeah, you're right.
and the reason why the reason why I say it's the Clippers out of the as far as the dumpster fire. Mel, I'm gonna help you out with this one. The Clippers have not won a playoff series in the last 4 years.
Yeah, but
Think about that.
The Sacramento Kings is just so forgettable.
You know,
They're just so you just forget they're even there sometimes.
and you know what? I can say the same thing about the Clippers though. Now, I'm gonna hold it.
We got plenty of bulletin board material on the Clippers.
Oh man! And now Paul George. Let's go back to this.
I got something for you on that one too.
Okay, no. Now, who was traded for Paul George?
Free agent.
SGA.
I was gonna say
That's got to be the dumbest move of all. When has Paul George done anything?
No, it wasn't.
What?
It wasn't for Oklahoma City because SGA came along with draft picks.
I'm talking about you trade
It was
SGA.
a great move. It was a great move for Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but
you have to remember, this was four years ago when Paul George was still an All-Star, and the Clippers were ready to win right then with what's the dude's name that can't laugh?
Kawhi.
Kawhi, and then they had somebody else. The guy that picked up.
You know what?
No, because you know what, SGA. I believe if SGA would have been there, I don't think Harden's on that team.
Yeah, but
And Harden should
wasn't SGA.
Harden is the biggest letdown. He's one of the biggest letdown. But think about this. And some people call Paul George by name. He might be an all-star. To me, Paul George has never been an all-star.
Well,
Never.
He's
been an all-star.
In Indiana, he was pretty good. In Indiana, he was pretty good. He was pretty good going against that Miami squad.
I'm telling you, if it wasn't for that broken leg, we might not be saying what we saying.
But
I gotta agree with Roma on that one. When he had that compound fracture,
Yeah.
And for him just to even come back to be the player that he is now says a lot to his dedication about getting back to the game.
Now before that injury, I get to PG could leap out the jump. He had Vince. He had Vince Carter like hot.
You talking about somebody that probably would already have a championship in Indiana.
I don't know about championships though.
Yeah.
I'm not sweating that far, but he had Vince
they had Miami on the ropes. I don't know if you remember that, but they were giving LeBron and Wade problems in the Eastern Conference over there. I mean, let me get my MVP right quick. Let me get my MVP, and I'll go down the line of what Mill was saying as far as a point guard and the position you play and making others better around me. And if all of these players were 21 or they're just starting, I want to surround them, I would go with the player that averaged 30, 12, and 10 this year. I'm not a fan of his, but he makes everybody around him much, much, much better than what they are.
What you talking about?
Let the man finish.
Who is this?
This is Jokic. This is Jokic. I'm not a fan of his. I'm not a fan, but he plays the game so beautifully. The way he makes others look better than what they really are. And I like the way that he carries that team. You take him off that team, Denver wins maybe 20 games, if that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
I gotta agree with you. I like Jokic. Only reason why I can't get with Jokic is conditioning. Conditioning, that's it.
Man.
Yeah. You get no argument about that.
That's the only thing I got about Jokic. My team got to run
because he's a dangerous dude.
I mean, his all around game is off the charts, man.
Hey, your team can run with him not being able to get down the field because he's starting to break for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's look.
But Mill, your team can run.
The only way my offense will run with him is if he goes from free throw line to free throw line. He'll never see the post.
He don't have to.
In my offense,
I get the rebound. Y'all go.
Hey,
come on, bro. You ain't never seen a big man that can pass the way this man.
That's a lie.
The bonus is pretty good.
60-yard bombs over there if you wanted to.
All right, because number one, Luka ain't that much shorter than him. He only shorter by a couple of inches.
How tall is Luka? 8'6",
6'9".
Okay.
And Luka was 7 feet. I mean, he ain't. But I mean, they pretty much up there.
Luka's only 6'7".
Well, conditioning they are the same player.
They both got a foot taller than me. Then so
yeah.
Hey, Mill, with your point about running
like that.
We talking about real. When you talk about Sabonis, we talking about the real NBA. We ain't talking about this. We ain't talking about the fairy league that we watch now.
Okay. Oh no!
And honestly, Hakeem could pass like that.
Yeah, true. But he played in the real NBA.
Well, you know that you got to get us to New York and Indiana. They've been playing old school ball.
Yeah, this is the series that deserves that.
Right.
They always play hard against each other.
And that's what I love too. But I'm gonna tell you something.
It's not just
I'm gonna bring this
playoff
up for you before the show. Hey, hold on one second. And Romar, see, New York has proved my point. They are not playing from behind.
This was the last game.
Okay, that's my point. Okay, guys, I want the panel to answer this. Romar says that New York likes playing from behind.
Because they are a better team playing from behind.
No, they are not.
Majority of their games this year in the playoffs, they have played and won from behind, which has made them a better team.
In this series right here, they have the games they won.
The first game that they won, they was down 20 in the fourth and walked it down and won by 6.
Well, what about this one right here?
You ain't gonna like my answer, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But y'all ain't gonna like my answer. I'm gonna let you.
To Romar's point.
Mo ain't got no point.
Now, hold on. Now, to Romar's defense,
he ain't got no defense.
The Knicks have come back from 20 points
or 14 or better more times than anybody in these playoffs.
But Romar, that still is not a strategy.
That is right.
It ain't.
That shows you their resilience. That ain't no strategy.
No. I'm done. Can I say this?
Yes, sir. Go on.
This is the problem I have. Everything you say is right, because you know why? Because the New York Knicks are lazy. If they start off cooking from the jump, they would not have to come back from 15 down. They would
That's
not have
right.
all these comebacks.
I agree with you 1,000,000%
They
on
wait
that.
till they get punched in the mouth to get cooking.
What happened?
Nah, it's still on there. It's just this little mark right here. It's just yeah, there we go.
Oh man.
They
Okay.
wait too long to get cooking.
But
That's the problem.
I'm a side with Roma on this one, and here's why. The New York Knicks do not know how to play with the lead, right? They know how to play when they're behind and they're playing in scramble mode to come back. Playing with the lead, they don't know exactly who to go to and how to run their offense. When they're playing from behind, they're playing hellified defense and they're getting out on the fast break, getting easy layups, buckets,
And they're thinking about
right.
yeah.
So I see his point. I see Romar's point on that, and I agree with that. But when they're in the lead, think about it. Let me finish this one point real quick. One point. When they have the lead, you ever see? Just pay attention to when they have the lead. They play panicky. They don't know how to keep a lead because they're scrambling to understand how to score, who to go to score for them when they need to stop a run. Like if Indiana's on a 12-0 run, they don't know how to break.
They know who hands the ball need to be in.
That makes no sense at all. Okay,
in 1 or 2 games, okay. If they're 1 or 2 games, okay. Because if they play in Chicago one night, they play in Charlotte the next night, then they gotta go to LA the night after that. Okay. But in a 7-game series by game 2, they should already know what the hell going on.
That's exactly right.
It's a game full of runs because
they should already know what to do.
All right.
They all should already know who to guard, who's hurting, how to score.
Okay, I feel you.
But that's coaching though. That's coaching. That's not on the players.
And I get what y'all saying. But
look at this game right here.
Look, this game, they led from wire to wire because
just game 5.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? They the only reason that they led wire to wire, they made big shots to stop Indiana runs in this game.
And what happened was they started off 6-0 and they didn't take the foot off the doggone pedal.
No, it wasn't even that.
It was that.
It was not that because they locked down and played defense to stop runs when Indiana made runs. It was a couple of runs. It was a couple of times in this game that they won wire to wire, where New York was up 20 and Indiana then knocked the lead down. But they stopped the run. They was playing. They made big plays to kill Indiana runs at pivotal points in this game. That's the only reason. That's not the only reason.
How often do they do that? It's rare that they know how to stop runs.
Now keep talking.
Now think about
that
it.
That is the only reason New York won game 5.
Think about it also too.
They got started in the first quarter instead of the second.
No, well, the thing about it was,
But they was able.
you slow the Pacers down from the jump. The main thing is like you put pressure on Halliburton. That when you walk the ball
No,
up,
they really. I mean
slow them down.
that picking them up
from 94 feet.
That really didn't stop. That didn't affect Halliburton. What affected Halliburton, his shot was off.
But they couldn't set the.
He did not shoot well that night.
But they couldn't set the offense the way they wanted to. I mean, if you're going from side to side consistently, and by the time you get to the half court line, 7 seconds have already gone. So you already wasting more time trying to get the ball to half court, and they couldn't. The Pacers couldn't do nothing with. New York was already set on defense.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Which is another thing the most
Why
people
was
talk
that?
about.
Kevin, why was that happening? Because they were picking them up 94 feet, making them work,
They
right?
picked them up
Yeah,
94
wearing
feet.
them down, wearing them down.
The main thing is, see, everybody knows Indiana Pacers, they up tempo all night long. But once you slow them down, everything done change.
That's right.
Think about it this way. I mean, again, you instead of you struggling trying to bring the ball up the court, like I said, your whole plan just went out the window.
Hey, Galloway.
Yo,
So yeah,
I'm here.
How many times? How many big mistakes did New York make when they was up big leads? Throughout Game 5, we seen it. Stupid fouls, stupid turnovers.
That's what I was talking about. When you don't know how to play with the lead.
All I'm trying to tell WB is New York never gave Indiana a chance to turn the tide for real. Indiana might knock the lead down to 13 or 10 or whatever. They just was split
like that.
The turn of the tide.
But
they're gonna have to do that again today.
They did not wait for Indiana to go on a run. They went on ahead.
But like Kevin said, this series, if you notice, it's been a game of runs where no lead is safe, regardless of what quarter it is.
that is true, and we've seen that multiple times. I mean, not just
It's just the last two games. The team that was leading was able to withhold the tide of the momentum change.
Yeah. See, the Pacers mentality was when the Knicks had the lead, all they think about is, okay, we've been through this before. Let's weather the storm, see what happens. If we can get it down to within 10 or less by the end of the third quarter,
and let's be for real. The only reason Indiana won game
4,
is because of unbelievable 3 by Obi Toppins.
Oh, they're talking about the dagger. That was really the dagger. They was gonna win that game regardless, because number one, they used more bodies, and they outran them too.
And number 2, we lost the timeout.
The timeout, and you guys got outran. It was just more hustle to the ball on a lot of plays with Indiana against y'all.
So basically, what you saying is coming down. It comes down to coaching in the last
and the hustle plays.
So what's the next award?
Okay, the coach of the year.
Oh man.
Now I want the boxing guru, Mr. Mark Danes, to answer that one for me. I want him to go first.
All right, go ahead.
Coach of the year.
That's coach of the year.
Wow. Huh. Boy, boy.
I think if I'm going to say coach of the year, I'm going to say, sitting here thinking, you know what? I know it's weird when I say this because they didn't. I'm going to go with my man in Houston, Udoka.
Yeah, that's a great choice. That's a great choice.
Real good pick.
Because my coach of the year is in Detroit.
Mine is in Oklahoma.
You know what? I kind of like what Romar said with Detroit, and I'll tell you why. Nobody's seen them coming. And
that's true.
And I truly believe this. If they'd have won that series, they'd have been. They may have went to the finals. I'm telling you, they would have been hard to beat.
Hey, look. Do you realize that this is a young Detroit basketball team like the Ben Wallace and them
that's
teams?
kind of scary.
They scrappy.
You know what? Honestly, there's only one correct answer. Yeah, it is. And I'm gonna tell you what. I'm going with Romar. I'm going with Romar because again, for all the reasons he said, you're going from a 14-win team, and you went from the dumpster fire last year to the 6th spot. And the thing about it was, you was like there was one horrible call away from really
knocking the Knicks off in the first round.
And the thing about it was, even myself called it, Mark called it actually, and we were like, basically was like, the Knicks was right for the picking then.
Who was right?
I know. I look. I know.
You was right.
You was.
Give y'all props in the world.
I can't stand it sometimes, Omar, but yeah, you look.
And I tell you what,
call for me that
people aren't saying it right now. But see, they remind me of that young OKC team that when they had Durant, Westbrook, Harden. I mean, Detroit's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I just got to see what happens with free agency. But in my opinion, they are going to be the team to beat in the East next year.
Ooh. All right, I got one for you. Because ain't nobody said his name.
He gonna say JJ Redick.
I would take this man to meet you with him.
All right, man. Well,
put the drink down and back away from the table. It's going. Oh no!
I'm only drinking lemonade.
But to be fair, my name is just as controversial. I'm going with Ime Udoka.
Okay.
That's what Mark said.
You said Udoka, Mark?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, where? Yep. What Mark said. I must have missed that one. But I'm just imagining next year, because what if Giannis goes to Houston?
That would be a better fit for him.
No. The rumor.
All they would need is
the rumor is Jaylen Brown.
He might end up in Miami though.
I was here in Miami too.
Huh?
Or
what you say the rumor is, Galloway?
Jaylen Brown from Boston potentially could be going to Houston.
Yeah, but see, Houston would have to give up a lot.
They got the
They have
assets
to give
to
up
do
all
it.
that young talent.
to be a night with Udoka.
Yeah, you got to give up but you're gonna give up the core of your young talent for Jaylen Brown.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, you almost end up in a rebuild. You do that because
No. The talent, the trade was giving up. What's the point guard name? The young light skinned dude.
Van Fleet.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm telling you what it was. It was Van Vliet and 2 picks and possibly a player. I don't know who else it was.
You know what? You kind of got to keep that dude. You got to keep Van Fleet on the team. You can't. If anything, I could see them maybe giving up a Jalen Green.
No, they need to put a superstar behind him. But I don't agree.
You don't give up Van Vliet. Me myself, I wouldn't change anything about the team that I got in Houston.
They need.
I don't need
They need something else.
I don't need to add nothing else.
Hold on. Now
They need something else.
If I was going to make a move in Houston, I would give up Jalen Green. I looked at how he played in that playoff series against Golden State. He did not show up. If I'm going to make a move, I'm not giving up Van Fleet. You can't do that. But if I was going to give up anybody, it would be Jalen Green, because you cannot. I mean, you can't. I mean, you get to making trades. Now you're going to mess that team up.
Yeah. Well, again, that was the rumor. I just heard it. So I don't know how true that is, but that's what they were talking about in the trade package.
Now, let me ask y'all this. What do y'all think KD's going to end up?
Oh.
You know what's so crazy?
I think he's going to New York.
Nope. He's going back to OKC.
If they win
Yeah, but
it,
you don't.
I don't see that happening, man.
Yeah, but how would? But that would kind of mess the dynamics of that team up.
He a free agent though.
How?
Ain't he?
Because
Or is he-
because what they going, because they got Jalen Williams, they really don't need to bring in I don't know, that would mess, if anything, if they were going to do anything, in my opinion, if they were going to do any,
So why you
If
say
I-
New York, Ma?
I just think he'd go to a big market team like New York. If he didn't go to New York, the only, the other team I could see him possibly,
Why
if he's-
not, why
Man,
not Cleveland?
Because
they'll figure out a way.
The only other option for him on the East Coast is Miami.
No, you got Cleveland. He could go to Cleveland.
Yeah, but Cleveland, but look, Cleveland is retarded. They figure out a way to mess it up. So,
Cleveland they need another score because Darius Garland is not reliable.
well, that's the whole thing with that.
One thing I know about KD, he is not going to Cleveland and have to deal with being in LeBron's shadow.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just that number one.
Hold on. There's one more place in the East that he could go.
What,
Yeah.
Philadelphia?
Oh man,
Milwaukee.
he should have carried his bat.
Nah,
back to, Golden State.
he should have went back to. He should have went back to Golden State. But Cleveland. The issue with Cleveland is Darius Garland is not. I mean, you can't rely on this dude. He never shows up in big games. The other, believe it or not, the other team I could kind of see him going to if they could work it out some way would actually be Dallas. Would be Dallas.
I was
think
I can
thinking
see
that
Dallas too.
What? Wait. Where
Yeah,
would he
he
fit?
will because you'll use Clay as trade bait.
Yeah, yeah. You had to free up some contract.
No. Where would he fit if you got Anthony Davis and you got Cooper Flag? Where's KD gonna fit in it?
Well, they could, at that point, they could bring Cooper. That first year, they could probably.
Because I'm gonna get rid of Clay. KD gonna be my 3 and Cooper gonna be my 2.
He can't play the 2, man. No, stop.
Who, Cooper Flag?
He can't play the 2.
No, I don't think he played the 2, but
And then I play KD at the 2 and then Cooper at the 3.
Look, I got one place in the East that no one's talking about. That's the Orlando Magic.
Ooh.
I don't know.
well,
that's why
you know what?
everybody's-
That wouldn't be a bad deal. But the problem with Orlando, they got the same problem. That dude Wagner never shows up in the big game. I'm still looking for Cole Anthony. Suggs is out.
Yeah,
don't know.
Cole Anthony's got to go.
But Ma,
Wagner,
They got-
Wagner is a 3, and Cole Anthony has to come out. So there are pieces that need to be changed out of Orlando anyway. As long
But
as you
see-
keep Banchero, you good.
but see, Ma, Florida got one of those things that a lot of states don't get.
Well, they don't pay. They don't pay state tax.
Yeah.
And Texas got that too. That's why Dallas might not be that bad. for them.
It's only 2 states out of everybody that don't have state.
Hey, but you know what? Why we always wouldn't it be funny? Because
KD went to Detroit.
KD and Pop got a real good relationship. KD and
But he-
Popovich got a real good relationship, and
But,
that's a
but what
good
was,
team.
but where was San Antonio? What would they have to give up? See, people ain't gonna mortgage your team to get this dude now.
Hey, look, hey, Ma, I get KD in San Antonio. I give you the number 3 pick.
Okay. All right. So what about this? Is a team.
Not for that.
I got a
Not
team
for
that
KD
needs to
being
be in play.
38.
Why not?
You
Bruh,
giving up the third.
Do you know how
pick?
much?
Wait,
Do you know
wait,
how
wait,
many
wait.
picks San Antonio got over the next
Hold on.
couple of years, bro? They
You
stacked
telling
with
me-
picks.
No. Listen,
Giving up the number 3 pick this year ain't gonna hurt them none.
you giving up
That
the
may not be a
number
bad
3
move.
pick.
Well, you know what?
Number 3 pick in the draft for a 38-year-old player.
Yeah, but you know what? To But here would be my
Good for
thing.
Giannis.
But here would be my thing though. At this point, looking at the draft coming up, outside of Cooper Flag and Ron Harper's son, outside of that,
You
what is
ain't got nothing else. Yeah, that's kind of
what
mid.
else? What else is after that?
So yeah, it's kind of mid. You know.
So where's
mid.
Cooper Flag going?
So
He's going to Dallas. He's definitely going to Dallas.
So Mark, with that statement, that's what those. So Mark, with that statement, that's what those GMs that gave up on SGA, Brunson, and others were thinking at the center because they weren't big names coming out of college. They gotta develop. So my point is,
yeah, I don't believe.
Give up.
Honestly, I don't believe in none of them. Look, this is like a clearance. It's Cooper Flag, then it's a clearance sale. That's what this NBA draft is going to be.
I mean, that's what it looks
like outside for us.
Hey, look, the dude from Auburn that was battling that supposed to been back, him and Cooper Flag supposed to been the best two players in college this year, number 1 and number 2. Do you know what this man vertical was at the NBA scouting combine?
2 inches.
40 what?
No, it won't no 40. Try 24 inches.
Who's vertical? Cooper?
No, the dude from Auburn.
Oh man, I can jump 24 inches.
Hey, it's so bad that his vertical wasn't higher than the Tampa Bay pick of the 400 and some pound line defensive lineman that played for Florida that they signed. The unsigned rookie free agent that they signed from Florida that was 440 pounds. He had a 25-inch vertical. And on top of it, the dude from Auburn is 6'10".
Roma, what's Jokic's vertical? Exactly.
I don't
Every
know.
player that don't have a big
terrible.
vertical doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean you can't play.
That's terrible for 16. I mean, look, Joker like 40 in European age. He like you forgot that he was playing pro before he got over here to the NBA.
And how many times have you seen? Right.
That's like
and how many times have you seen
athleticism?
Yeah,
the athleticism is not there. The athleticism is just not there.
Roma, how many times have you
just
seen
like
Luka?
Luka
How many
like
times
40
have you seen Jokic dunk?
Luka like 40.
See, Romar trying to age these dudes like they be doing them baseball players. They come over here from the Dominican Republic when they say 19, but then the next year they 37. I mean,
yeah, right. Yeah, Luke. I mean, because you got to think about it. These Joker, he been playing pro since he was like 15, 16 years old.
See, you got to remember something.
By the time he got over here in the NBA, that man is 20 years, almost a 10-year veteran.
Yeah, but you got to remember over in Europe, they don't have the basketball structure like we do. We're high school and this. I mean, if you play in pro ball over there. There ain't no.
Yeah, you playing all year round, pretty much.
You know, so I mean, you get a dude like. You get a guy like, say, Luka, even though they say 25, going on 26. And in reality, Luka, like, damn near 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they playing year round. And they still be able to play an NBA season and make American players look dumb.
Yeah, because they ain't got no choice. They got to keep their win. They tired.
Hey, look, you excuse my language. You damn right I'm lazy. I done gave up my best years in the European League playing all year round just to get over here 7 years later.
That's why you don't like playing defense.
I'm sleep. Yeah, I'm sleep.
Well, that explains why Luka plays Olay defense.
Where Luka at? He sleep.
He Olay.
All right, so let's
but his bank account, well, guess what? The bank account still woke.
All right, we're gonna try to wrap this up by 6. So next category we got is the next MVP. The guy you just like to see,
Anthony Edwards.
So he's your MVP now and your next MVP.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get through this segment real quick.
Okay, all right, okay.
If he ain't my, yeah.
Oh,
right, no.
I got one. I got one for you. You ready? You say your future MVP, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just brought this up about a few minutes ago. Cade Cunningham.
I can see it.
Think
That's a
about it.
good pick.
Because again,
If the Knicks win 45 games next year, he could be in the MVP conversation.
oh, you mean Pistons?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, the Pistons. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Cade Cunningham and the Pistons get higher than the 6th seed next year in the NBA season, yeah, he can definitely be in the MVP conversation.
They could be the ones the team to watch in the Eastern Conference at least for the next 2 years. So remember, like in mill terms, they got 3 years to get it right.
Mhm.
So
my first MVP was SGA,
yes,
right?
uh-huh.
I'm gonna still stick with my boy out of New York. Brunson
Oh,
will be my second one.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
And that was my previous pick.
I'd say if he could kick the health bug, I'd say the future MVP will be Victor Wembanyama. If he can get past this this injury bug, Victor Wembanyama. Who's gonna stop him?
I might have to change.
It's possible.
I might have to change my pick.
Well, I'm a cheat, so go ahead.
I'm gonna change my pick. It ain't gonna be Ant. My next MVP will be Halliburton.
That's fair. I can roll along with that pick.
Okay.
Bill, who you got?
Like I said, I'm not gonna disagree with all y'all answers, especially since I haven't followed a whole lot of NBA, so that's why I said I'm a cheat. So my next MVP gonna be Juju Watkins. I can't wait to see her come back from this knee injury and see what she does.
No, I'm done with the show now.
Hey, before you go,
On that note, good night, everybody.
I'm done.
no, before you go,
I'm done.
I got a question.
I'm done.
Who is that rookie out of
Nah, I'm done.
Milwaukee? That rookie, number 00 out of Milwaukee.
No.
Who is that boy?
No.
Who is that?
We said NBA. We said professional player. She ain't even a professional player.
Hey, Mill, who is that guy out of Milwaukee? 00. He's a rookie. He came in and made a huge difference in the game, but they didn't play him enough.
Quadrify.
Oh, what's his name?
His name Quadrify.
I gotta look his name up. I gotta look it up.
We gotta look that part up.
Yeah.
I don't have no answer.
He came off the bench, man. And
it ain't PP.
Oh, no.
It ain't Draymond name.
Oh, no, don't even go there. Because, I cut Draymond. Draymond Green is the reason why they ain't going far. Draymond Green is a man.
Draymond Green is
he needs to take his money and just
Jericho
go
Sims.
somewhere.
smart with NBA talent.
Well,
You hear me?
now just imagine you seen him on the TNT broadcast
Trent
during the
Jr.
game.
His name is Jericho
Gary
Sims.
What's his last name?
Gary Trent
Sims.
Jr.
He ain't a rookie.
Oh,
Gary Trent?
Gary Trent
Man,
Jr.
that man been in the league 7
Yes.
years.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, he has.
Who?
Gary Trent Jr. He done been in the league about 7 years.
No, this
He used
guy.
to play
No, I'm not
for
talking about
Portland.
him. And I thought he was out of Milwaukee.
If he's
Okay.
a rookie and he wears
It wears
00,
00.
his name is Jericho Sims.
Out of Indiana?
Never heard of him.
No, you said
Where?
Milwaukee.
I said never heard of him.
If that's
Are
the
you
same
talking
boy
about-
I'm
Are
thinking
you talking
about.
about Milwaukee or Indiana?
I'm talking about Milwaukee.
Yeah, if he wears 00, his name is Jericho Sims.
They gonna tell me like
That might be it.
so I'm gonna wait.
I'm just thinking about that boy.
Oh man.
Let's see. All right. Go on.
Well, I think that covers it. Unless Mark didn't get his. No, I don't think Mark has submitted his pick yet.
What, the next MVP?
Yes, the next
The
MVP.
future MVP. Mark?
I'm going to say the next MVP. I'm going to go with
Ronnie James.
wow. I'm going to say who would be? I'm going to go with Jokic.
Jokic. Okay.
I can't. I mean, because
Get another one.
I feel where you coming from, Mark, because like he might come into next season and average another triple double.
He could be averaging triple doubles the rest of his career. That's what he does.
So, coach of the year.
Oh, I didn't get mine.
Well, we already did. Well, we already did coach of the year.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. We did the
Yeah,
MVP,
we did. Yeah. Because I went with you with
No.
With,
we did coach of the year.
We did coach of the year.
I had it with
because me and you was in agreement.
Yeah, because I had to coach out of OKC.
Okay, 6 man.
Wow.
My coach would be Detroit.
That's a good one.
Give me Josh Hart.
Give me DiVincenzo.
Somebody gonna take Julius Randle.
No. You know what?
Man, I sent him down to the D League.
I don't know. I'm gonna go on.
Julius,
So you trying to say New York
He
Knicks
ain't
ain't
that
number
trash.
Julius,
Are you
no
trying to
show
say-
Randle.
He ain't that trash.
Hey, Dad,
Better than Zion Williamson.
He trying to say the Knicks are a
And
bunch
they're
of
the
6
same
men.
player, for real. Julius
bunch of
Randle
6
and
men.
Zion Williams is almost like the same player.
They're Jalen Brunson and the 6 man. That's what the Knicks are.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna throw out a name that nobody's really talked about, and I've seen.
No.
Let him finish. Go ahead, Kevin.
I'll say Shepard from Indiana.
We're not gonna do that.
I don't know. I don't remember his first name.
We are definitely
Go ahead, Mill.
not gonna stand for that disrespect of what you just said. If anybody gonna be somebody in the 6 men,
Don't you dare!
it's gonna be Giannis and the whole entire city of Milwaukee.
That's provided he stays.
It'll be Giannis and wherever he goes.
No,
Because wherever he goes is going to be Giannis and everybody else.
where right now,
Wherever he
look,
goes.
you ain't gonna.
And that's how it's been ever since he
You
got
ain't
in the
gonna
league.
disrespect my niggas talking about Jalen Brunson and the 6 men. Because Giannis was playing with Eddie Kane, Tommy Shep, and anybody else that they could find that was a fictitious NBA player.
No,
And
don't talk about. Hey,
You're right. I'm not going to talk about it.
man.
You ain't gonna disrespect my Knicks like that.
You're right. I'm not going to disrespect your Knicks like that.
Don't
You're right.
you dare!
But Tyrese Halliburton is tonight. When he's sending their iPods home.
And when you wake
And
up,
then go on Monday Night Raw.
and when you wake
With
up,
Logan Paul.
and when you wake up tomorrow morning, you gonna say before you go to church, say, "I saw it because I should have said what they had before I went to church because it's gonna be a game 7, bro."
Ow! Oh!
Now, I'm gonna
Sixth man
say
of the year.
no. I'm gonna say I'm sorry because on Tyrese Halliburton won't. I'm gonna apologize for him.
You and Ruben Sutter gonna be singing "I'm Sorry" 2004.
Oh! No.
Speaking of, sound like you and Ruben Stutter twins right
You
now.
know what? You not gonna make me in. You not make me in. Every game, you gonna be just like everybody at the cookout last Sunday. What, drunk? Disappointed because of what happened.
You be a world hurt tonight.
All I'm gonna say is
It's a win-win for me. This ain't
all
my
I'm gonna say
team.
is
Just to throw the Romo's face. That's all it is.
just so the defeat sign.
And they look. He was like, first words come out of his mouth. When he calls one of us, first word would say,
All I'm gonna say is,
if I get a phone call around 10:30, 11,
but don't let game 6 tonight come down to one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Don't let that man
First
go.
words coming out. Don't you dare.
If y'all didn't see it, people, he kind of did the
Don't let that man do this.
like Patrick Ewing.
Oh!
You know what? I was getting ready to hit a real low blow.
That was
No, I thought from me.
It ain't a low blow for me because I want to.
No. I'm saying I was getting ready to drop a real. Well, I was saying I'm getting ready to drop a real low blow. Donovan Mitchell.
You can't be
Because
serious.
they didn't show up.
I told you that you kept on labeling that man.
Yeah, I did.
Super what?
Shut up,
A
bro.
super disappointment.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Every year.
No, that was a
8
joke,
years
though.
in a row.
I just gave you one. I just gave you that one.
He only did it to piss him off. That's all. That's all.
That's right.
And it worked to perfection. It roused him up. Poke the bear.
All right, well look, we got enough. We
off the rails already.
All right, we got to switch gears a little bit, just a little.
Can I just say my six man real quick?
Hey, go ahead, Derek. Who you got?
Hey, Derek.
I'll give my six man will be Nas Reed because he gives Minnesota the benefit of benching Gobert when they can't play him the whole game. He's just like basically almost a starter for them coming off the bench. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, but he just didn't show up in his last series, though. That's the problem.
Well, it's not just him; it's the entire bench.
Man,
the entire bench didn't do nothing at all. At all, it was horrible. I mean,
In the playoffs, but
asleep.
during the regular season, they showed up. During the regular season.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you who next year's rookie of the year gonna be.
Who?
Ace Bradley.
Rookie of the year.
No. Well, yeah, it probably could be, but
well, I'm going with.
It will not be Cooper Flag.
Oh no! In your term, what was it? Cooper Sag, you said? Remember that? When we left Hooters that night? It was the party. WB, it was the party after the party. What happened when we were down to Hooters? When we walked out here, and all Wilmar said, the land, Cooper Sag! He stole it out the door. Oh, man. I thought me and Galloway had to catch up walking out the door.
It was the dude that I told, like,
And the dude got pissed off.
It's a dude that
man.
and a dude that say, you can't knock when he did this shit. What you mean?
Oh, man.
That player of the year award don't mean nothing. You just lost.
Oh, man. It was like the greatest moment in this. Like, the whole day was great.
And what I say, all you gotta do is
the main thing he said, Wilmar said this, when you make them uncomfortable, a lot of things can change. And that's exactly what we witnessed. Look, that whole sequence, Galloway was icing on the cake. That was the whole thing.
The whole day was great. That was icing on the cake at the end.
It was great. That was icing on the cake. It's probably the best day of my life. Actually, more of his.
The whole year, but both games that they lost.
That was by far the best day of the year for me.
Hey, I got one last question.
Yes.
Hey, Milton in the game? Okay. Now, if the Knicks, is this just a rumor? And are the Knicks talk about trading for Giannis? And are the Celtics talk about trading for Giannis?
everybody's talking about trading for Giannis.
Okay.
Well, all of them.
What I'm wondering, you put Giannis on that New York Knicks team? You shaking your head, Bill?
Nah.
Why? Why not? You wouldn't do it.
Nah.
You give up a lot.
If you do York and you try to get young, you're gonna have to give up Pop and Mitchell Robinson.
I'll give him Robinson.
You had to give him more than that.
No. They were talking about. Okay, why not give up? Okay,
They will get that roster.
why wouldn't you give up Cat? Cat for Giannis?
Because
Now they're gonna ask for a whole lot more than that for Giannis.
You
Though.
can't stay there.
Huh?
Yeah, they gave up a lot to get Cat.
So that's why I be okay for that.
So to get him,
Giannis,
to
forget.
get Giannis,
I do it
you
in a
can't
heartbeat.
You can't trade him. You just got him.
And truly,
You can't trade him just yet.
And that mission is not gonna work. That is not gonna work because at the end of the day, with Giannis, you're gonna stagnate Brunson games and Cat games.
You mean there's no way he can get out that contract?
Nope.
No way.
Not yet.
Shucks.
Not yet.
Yeah,
But if I could,
they would have
I
to
would
bring
do
up the Villanova team.
They would have to gut that roster.
I'm not gonna tear down my nucleus or the core of my team.
yeah, he just got there.
That's for somebody that I'm gonna bring to my team.
They ain't just talking about somebody. You talking about Giannis, man. Are you serious right now? If I could, I would.
No, you gonna say
Oh, yes, I would.
New York will say they offense with him.
We are.
It's not the fact of putting those two together.
No, I
You're
would.
not gonna be able to. It's the other three you're not gonna have.
No, okay.
You're not gonna have three good enough players to put around those two.
Mm.
You got Jalen Brunson, maybe.
I'm
But
keeping
the
him.
other two positions, you're hurt. You're not gonna be able to afford them,
Mm.
Yeah, they got.
and you're not gonna be able to draft them because that's what it's going to take to get them.
Mm.
You gave up 4 future draft picks when we came up Bridges.
They just don't
That's
have the
another
cap
one.
space to cap pull that off.
Okay, there might. I give you this. There's a whole lot of things blocking that. But if I could make that trade, I'd do it. I would definitely do it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it's Giannis.
You know what?
You make stuff. You make
You
young.
know what?
When you get a player like that, you make it work.
But
You make it fit, no matter what.
You know what I would do if I was New York? I call Boston and holler at them about Drew Holiday.
Boston, they ain't gonna do that trade.
About who?
About Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Yep, the back.
Boston is not going to help.
Mm.
you.
You got the same player coming off the bench.
And that was
Boston
dumb
is
move.
not gonna help
And-
you
and-
very much do that.
Best move if they want to get over the hump.
Boston not
Get
gonna
you a
help
backup. Get you a certified backup point guard.
I think somebody
And Drew Holiday is that.
they need a
He ain't no
distance runner
backup.
that can shoot the ball.
I don't think so.
They need a shooter. They got scores. They don't have no shooters.
You don't need a shooter. You need because you got scores. You don't need a shooter. You got scores. And with scores, bring and ones and fouls.
But besides Brunson, who the other scores?
I think so. Mikal Bridges, if he get his if he get his head out his tail.
And that's the problem with scores.
Or you can throw in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh no. See, I mess with OG because he like me. Oh, I'm gonna shoot this thing.
Oh, but no
I can
defense.
score.
Oh, TJ McConnell.
When his offense is clicking.
Well, it's been clicking.
I don't know about all that.
All right, hey guys.
All right.
Hey guys, it's time for us to get out of
Oh
here.
yeah, let me call Jimmy.
All right,
All right,
so
guys.
next weekend we doing this remote. I gotta stay in Hopewell next week. Next weekend we gonna do this remote. So Dad will send us the links and we gonna cook from that way. Mr. I'd like to thank the boxing guru, Mr. Mark Daniels, for joining us once again. Hey, Mark, you got any last words before we get out of here? So Mark's busy. Hey,
Yeah.
I'd also like to thank my special guest, Mr. Derek Galloway. It's a pleasure as always, sir. And
Hey, Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
See you
last words
guys
before we
next
get
week.
out of here.
Last words.
All right, thank you, sir.
See you in September.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Studio W Sports Page. As always, I shall see y'all in church tomorrow.
Yes.
All right.
Me neither.
All right.
I'm gonna go.